loves. Welcome back to the Sisters Chat Room, where I discuss everything from fragrance, fashion, fitness, faith, and honestly, my lifestyle. And I just happen to love to really smell good, look good, feel good, and be good. So if that's the type of content that you are interested in, I welcome you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. So right now, we're going to be talking about rose fragrances. I know, the dreaded roses. A lot of people seem to be apprehensive of roses, and I get it. If you were around your grandmother or your great aunt or even your mom growing up, rose fragrances took on a whole different scent profile. They could smell antique, they could smell a little bit off-putting, a little bit elderly, if you will, or just too adult and mature. But today I am hoping to bring you across the water. I'm hoping to bring you on my team of loving rose fragrances. And I have quite a few to introduce you guys to. Most you've probably heard of before. Maybe I have one or two that you have not actually put your nose on, and or one that you saw that you did not know if the notes were going to work for you. And now I'm introducing just some of them. This is probably going to be a two-part series because I actually own a lot of rose fragrances because it's my favorite scent note. I like to smell rosy and rich. I love smelling like an opulent queen. I love the idea of fresh roses growing along the courtyard of a palace. When I think of roses, I just immediately think of opulence. And maybe that's why I was drawn to it. But honestly and truthfully, it's one of the best smelling notes on my skin. I don't know what it is about my body chemistry, but a rose on me is absolute delicacy. So let me quit yapping and let's hop into my first rose suggestion of the day. None other than Latafa's Betty Al Oud Noble Blush. Make sure I get this right and scream for you guys. I absolutely adore this fragrance. Reason being, it took on a different take of the rose. It made it super edible. This is an edible rose fragrance, or as I like to call them, flormans, a floral gourmand that really understands what it's like to still smell sophisticated yet tasty. I love that this is lactonic. It has this rose cream in it, almond, and it almost smells like it has raspberry, but I know raspberry is not in this fragrance, but it's just such a whipped, delicate, light, fluffy rose fragrance. You almost feel like you want to drink it. It's almost as if it has a milk tea rose impact. There's no tea note. I repeat, there's no tea note, but it's just like this beautiful, sippable fragrance profile. And it also smells just so fresh at the same time. It just smells so good. Sorry, I had to put some on because this literally is one of my favorite fragrances. And I will tell you, the way that this smells is so exquisitely expensive. For this to be, I want to say, less than $40, I can't believe it. And the performance is insane. I would call this a beast mode fragrance. I will put this on and I literally can smell this about 9 hours. And to me, anytime a fragrance passes that 5-hour mark, I go ahead and put it in beast mode, because most of the time I feel like fragrances still, even if you do all the layering steps, around hour 4 to 5, you have to reapply, which I don't mind doing because I enjoy fragrance. But this one, I have not had to reapply. I absolutely love it so much. It is literally, to me, a rose fragrance for rose haters, because the rose is not necessarily just the star of the show. I feel like it's sharing the stage with that almond. It's sharing the stage with that creamy milk note. I should look up the notes, and so let me do that right now, because I want to be really specific when I'm telling you guys there's a fruit note in here, because I can't remember. And unfortunately, I'm turning 40, y'all. So my memory is not going to serve me right. So let's see. Noble Blush by Latafa. Let's look up these notes really quick, because I swear there's a fruit note in here. So let's see what it says. Oh, maybe not. There's rose milk, meringue, almond, vanilla musk, and sandalwood. So what it really probably is the meringue, because every time I think of meringue, I think of something slightly citrus because of lemon meringue. It has that light whipped topping, but it always has a lemony smell to it. So I think that that's what I'm smelling, is a little hint of lemon or citrus in this actual fragrance. But obviously there's none of the above, but I love this one. So now let's get into my next one. And these are not in any particular order, so I am just grabbing them as they are lined up. This one is dedicated to Christian Louboutin Fétiche La Rose. Y'all see this dent, right? This fragrance literally just came out, what, a month and a half ago? Maybe right at a month ago. I don't even think it's been a month and a half. And I am running through it. It's sold out 3 times already on Nordstrom. It's back ordered on the Christian Louboutin website, and rightfully so. This is a gorgeous creation by none other than world-renowned perfumer Quentin Biche. And if you know anything about Quentin, he knows how to do a rose fragrance like nobody else in the industry, in my humble opinion. I mean, let's be honest. He has created the icon, the legend, the moment, Delina exclusive, Delina La Rosée, okay? Hibiscus Majaha. I mean, those 4 alone, iconic, but especially that Delina flanker lineup. I mean, we, for the longest time, could not get a rose fragrance profile that wasn't trying to start with that Delina DNA, because of course you want to sell your bottles, and you know that everybody was literally up in arms over Delina, had us in a chokehold, and honestly still does, because I still love Delina. So you obviously know it's on the list. But let's get into baby girl here. This is probably the most beautiful dark cherry incensey rose fragrance I have ever placed my nose on. Now, if you remember Carmina, which I also own and I love, Carmina is another dark cherry rose fragrance, but I'll be honest, because of where the oud is placed in that particular fragrance, it can wear very strong, very heavy. Obviously, it doesn't take a lot to be seen or known with Carmina, but I also feel like because it's so heavy and bold that it can only be worn during cold months. Like, I never reach for Carmina during the spring and summer. Absolutely the opposite for Fétiche La Rose. This is a all year wearing rose fragrance. It's got just enough lightness for spring and summer and just enough depth, mystery, and seduction for fall and winter. I get so many compliments when I wear this fragrance. I don't know what's in the DNA specifically, as it only lists like 4 notes. And I was put on by my girl Sharita. Like, you guys, I obsess over her page. And I literally was like, okay, she's been hyping this fragrance up. Let me go put my nose on it. And baby, I am so blessed that I went ahead and listened, because I cannot get enough of this. And so I'm going to look up the notes that it does have, because I want to say Christian Louboutin only lists like 3 or 4 notes, but obviously there's more in here. There's no way that this only has 3 to 4 notes. I'm sorry. I don't care what the website says. It's got something else in there, because this is so jammy. It's like a jammy rose fragrance. So going on the website, it says pink pepper, rose, black cherry, and ginger. There's more in here, because there's something else outside of that black cherry that creates this jammy sweet effect. But y'all excuse my dog. Onyx, I'm recording, baby. And I'm not cutting this out, because y'all need to see how he hates on me. Onyx. And I can't record without him in here, because he would go crazy. Anyway, there's something jammy and sweet in here that just mixes with that pink pepper and that ginger that I absolutely adore. So if you have not put your nose on here, trust me, it's not selling out of curiosity. It's selling out because I guarantee people are buying backup bottles like myself. I'm so glad I went ahead and got another one. And honestly, I'll probably get a third, because the way this smells and permeates off my skin, it leaves a trail like nobody's business. Me, this typically would not be one of those huge sillage bubble scents, but on my body chemistry, you would have thought I sprayed 50 sprays, because people can literally smell me all across a room. They can smell me 4 minutes after I leave a space. They can smell me all over my gym. Like, this is such a good fragrance. So definitely get your hands on it. Now, getting into another fragrance that, I was shocked by. I was really shocked that I like it so much because it's giving typical perfumey smell, but this is the new Rose Whip by Fleur. Now, this is very groundbreaking for their particular house. And if you know anything about Fleur, Fleur creates clean fragrances. So that's also a big bonus in the Fleur department. But I've always found their fragrances to be very, dare I say, just more so clean smelling, light, airy. Not fluffy, but just more so light and clean and airy without any like seductive nuances. They, to me, are like your daily wear, everyday fragrances. I wouldn't necessarily call them date night fragrances, but safe in office fragrances, safe running errands fragrances, safe, going out with your girls real quick. Like, they're just like, I guess, safe. Rose Whip, though, ironically, is sexy. And I am so shocked to be saying that about Fleur because none of their fragrances read sexy to me. This one actually gives a bit of seduction. This one actually smells a little deep, a little dark, a little bit like, ooh, you're a little interesting. And layered with Fetiche La Rose is child magic. But anyway, what I love about this is that it's got some spice to it. It has the sweetness of that black currant that also dances with the rose so beautifully. And even though the black currant to me is very, very strong in fragrance, I like it. I feel like I smell more black currant than I do rose in Rose Whip. So I'm going to look up the notes for Rose Whip because it's so different. Like I said, it's so different for the house. And rightfully so, everybody's in love with it because it does smell really, really good. So the notes in Rose Whip are pink pepper and blackcurrant in the opening, rose, nutmeg, and osmanthus, cashmere, wood, amber, and musk. So another part about this fragrance that I do really love is that hint of nutmeg because it adds a different spice that tones down that pink pepper, but also plays up the sweetness of the osmanthus and the black currant, almost like a baked good, but this doesn't smell like a fruit tart or anything. It just, nutmeg is baking. And so when it's added in fragrances, it almost gives like that really edible impact, which I love. But my favorite part of the fragrance, honestly, is the dry down because it becomes real grown and sexy because of that cashmere, wood, musk, and amber. It's warm, it's sensual. And as that rose stays throughout the duration of the wearing experience, it seeps itself into the cashmere, amber, and musk, and it gives just adultness, okay? Adult activities only. Love it. We'll be buying a backup bottle, and good job, Fleur. Next on my list, of course, guys, you knew it was coming, Delina. Now, I love Delina a little bit more than Delina Exclusive. And that's because much how people feel about Guidance, I feel about the Delina, right? Like a lot of love Guidance 46 more than the regular Guidance because of that in your face pungent smell, as some people like to say, that smells like kuka, right? I love the tartness of the rhubarb lychee combo in Delina that Delina Exclusive tones down. Even though I love Delina Exclusive, I love it, how it goes into a different type of powdery softness with a little more depth and deep darkness to it because of that incensey oud combination. But I really just always have loved how tart this is. So I'm not going over the notes of Delina because I know everybody on YouTube, on social media alike, have given you guys the rundown on Delina. But this is iconic. Like, you can't have an You can't have rose, and you can't even smell good, in my opinion, without owning Delina or one of her prototypes. Like, it's just that. So I won't spend all day on it, but to me, Delina is iconic. I don't know a person that this smells bad on. That's another thing. Whatever Quentin did in this particular DNA literally is universally smelling good on all women. This is like divine femininity captured in a bottle. Next, okay, so this is newer discovery for me, and please forgive me right now for my Bulgari Bacciami girls, because Bacciami is not my number one, but I'm going to share with you guys what my number one is, and that is Ma Magnifica. Okay, y'all see this, and this is the 1.7, and yes, I went ahead and I ordered the 3.4 because I refuse to be without this fragrance in my collection, okay? I can't get enough of this. This fragrance, again, only list about 3 to 4 notes, but one thing I've realized about Bulgari is they don't give it all away. They leave a lot to the imagination, but they give you the key stars of the fragrance just so that you can get an idea of what the scent profile is going to be. So in Ma Magnifica specifically, there's a fruity accord, there's a woody accord, and then there is the rose, okay? And to be specific, because I want to say it's Turkish rose, this one, but it could be Bulgarian because those have 2 different smells. So let me look it up really quickly and see what the notes are in Ma Magnifica. Okay. And forgive me, like I said, I wish the memory of an elephant, but I do not. So yes, it just shows sandalwood, rose, and a light fruity accord. I wish I knew, but to me, I get slight osmanthus. I wouldn't be surprised if it was in here. A slight perry type note, but of course the sandalwood is absolutely present. You smell it all through this fragrance, which is giving that creamy, earthy woodiness. And then of course, rose. It did not list what type of rose, but nonetheless, a gorgeous fragrance indeed. Most people who have tried it have loved this one just as much as Bacciami, and you would love it too once you tried it. And in the heart of introducing Ma Magnifica, I have to bring out our girl, Flora Majesty Rose Royale. Okay, so I didn't know I was going to like this one as much as I do, but this one is one that literally gets better in time. Now that it has sat with me for a couple of months, I cannot stop spraying it. Obviously, you see the dent. You see the dent. I've already ordered a backup bottle. This one just layers great with every single rose fragrance and with other fragrances in my collection. So the notes are juicy pear, sweet peach, rose royale, pink peony, violet wood, purple musk, and that signature Kali DNA, okay? Now, they're outside saying that this gives Delina. And when I first sprayed it, I can understand how Delina is coming into the conversation, but literally as this goes through its olfactive journey, it stands on its own. I can't say that Delina is a huge part of the conversation, okay? No, this is own fragrance. I love how light and fruity and slightly powdery this is from the purple musk and the violet wood. I love how much I can smell the sweet peach. I am a peach slower. So any fragrance that gives me peach, I'm going to try to smell it once, twice, or thrice. And I love how prominent the peach is in this fragrance alongside the pear. I also, listen, it is a win-win anytime peony and rose are side by side in a fragrance. Those 2 floral notes just play absolutely well together. To me, this is a crowd-pleasing rose for people who do not like rose. Now, if you're just truly a rose hater, you smell rose in this. And if you hate roses, you're not going to like it. But to me, this is a safe introduction into Roseland, okay? I absolutely love it, and I can't get enough of it. So that was it, guys, for today. I'm going to do a part 2 because I have so many roses to introduce to you. But let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these. And as always, thank you guys for watching. And until next time, ta-ta.